Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Josh Thomas here from the BitBlock, and today I'm going to be talking with you about, I think it's 8, right? 8 things that I really want Nintendo to answer. These are 8 unanswered questions that I have about the Nintendo Switch. Sometimes before you record a video, it helps to remember the title of the video and the subject of the video. No, I know what I'm talking about here. So yeah, we're going to talk about 8 things that I really want to know about the Switch, but for some reason Nintendo hasn't told us yet. It's eating me up inside. Alright, so let's get right into it. Okay, the first one. Will Mii's make a return? And will they be updated? It's a little bit strange to me that Nintendo has not talked about the Mii's, or as some people like to call them, the Mii's. Nobody calls them the Mii's. But yeah, we know, I feel like we know they're coming back because in the Japanese Nintendo presentation live stream that they did the day after the presentation, basically they played Mario Kart 8 and we saw the interface for playing online, and there were Mii's walking around. So we have seen Mii's in a Nintendo Switch game. Oddly enough, Nintendo has not spoken about them, which makes me think there is a Mii Channel. Is it just going to be like a port of the Wii U Mii Channel? How's it going to work? How's that going to go? How will you make the Mii's? Because on the Wii, you like pointed. On the Wii U, you use the touchscreen. So how are you going to make Mii's on the Switch? Also, like I said, is it going to be different? Is it going to be updated? Will we have more hairstyles, more lips? That's all I care about, hair and lips. That's all that matters. No, facial features, like what? Will there be updates to Mii's? And if not, that's kind of a bummer. But I want Nintendo to talk about Mii's. Are they on the system? They seem to be. Are they just not talking about them because it's literally just a port of the Wii U thing? I don't know. Mii's are something that I'm kind of curious about. Many people might disagree. I don't know. Next up, what will the Virtual Console be like? Of course, I did my own little video where I talked about how it would be great to have a Netflix-style Virtual Console for Nintendo's retro NES and SNES games. But obviously, there's going to be some sort of Virtual Console presence on the Switch. So what is it going to be like, Nintendo? This thing, I should have pointed this out at the beginning of the video, but at the time that I'm recording this, we got about 3 weeks until the Switch launches, and we still don't know this stuff. It's kind of wacky. So Virtual Console, like, will there be N64 games? Will there be GameCube games? That was weird that I did that, but never stopped me before. So yeah, GameCube games. Are there going to be GameCube games? What's the deal, Nintendo? Talk about the Virtual Console. Because if there are not GameCube games on the Switch, that is a major what the hell moment. Like, I figured they would be on the Wii U. That didn't happen. But now I feel like there's no excuse for them not to be on the Switch. So, Nintendo, my God, talk about it. Next up, I should point out some of these are going to be a little bit selfish. They're sort of, I feel like those two are things people really want to know. This one is one that I mostly am just really, really excited about. I think a lot of people probably are as well. How many battle maps does Mario Kart 8 Deluxe have? Right now, we have seen 4, and to be honest with you, I want there to at least be 8. Preferably, there should be 10. Mario Kart Wii has 10 of them. 5 retro, 5 brand new. Whoa, I'm a mime in a box. If this BitBlock thing doesn't work out, this is my new career path. But yeah, I really want to know how many battle maps there are in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We already know that there's like apparently 5 modes, 5 ways to play the battle mode. That's got me really excited. So I feel like if they messed with 5 modes, then there's got to be quite a few battle maps. So I'm really excited to see the rest of those battle maps, or at least just have confirmation of how many there will be. So again, maybe a little bit of a selfish unanswered question, but I really want to know, and I'm sure probably more people do as well. Next up, why is the Joy-Con camera facing towards you? So let's pretend, this is a horrible example, I probably could find a better thing, but let's pretend Mr. Resetti is a Joy-Con. This is the way you'd be holding it. The camera is on his butt. The camera's facing towards you, which seems really weird to me. You'd think the camera should be facing away from you. Now I know the reason is because, you're gonna hold it and pretend to eat a cheeseburger in 1-2 switch, right? And maybe it's like, oh, they're gonna use it for a camera for VR at another time. But couldn't I just move it? Like if I had a Wii remote, I really wish I had a Wii remote handy right now. But maybe this is a better thing. Like a Wii remote, you could, let's say this is the front of a Wii remote, you could always just do this with a Wii remote. But it's much harder to do that with the Joy-Con because then the whole controller seems weird and awkward to hold. So I'm very curious about the decision to make the camera facing toward you rather than away from you. Seems odd to me, so I really want Nintendo to go in more depth about that camera on the Joy-Con and why they decided to face it toward you other than, oh, because you can pretend to eat a sandwich. It's like, yeah, I could do that with the Wii Remote by just flipping it and it would still be functional, but the Joy-Con is not functional when you flip it the other way. So that worries me a little bit about how a first-person shooter might control, or Pikmin 4, stuff like that. So talk about that damn camera. Talk a little bit more about what could be achieved with the functionality of the Joy-Cons, I think is what I'm kind of getting at here. But specifically, I'm really curious about that camera. Speaking of Netflix, you know, I said I want a Netflix-like experience with the Virtual Console, but I really want just Netflix in general on the Switch. Netflix is probably my most played thing on the Wii U. I use it quite a lot, and I would love to have Netflix on the Switch. And from what we've heard, I mean, we haven't heard about any like streaming apps for TV or movies yet. And I know a lot of people are thinking about games right now and stuff, but I'd really love to have Netflix very soon after the Switch launches. So I'd like to hear some stuff about Netflix or any kind of a streaming service, but specifically Netflix, because I pay for Netflix. That's about all I have to say. I want to be able to watch my reruns of The Office and Parks and Rec on the go when I'm at an airport or something. But then again, you need an online connection, but you know what I mean. I want Netflix. Next up, why is there a touchscreen on the system? Now, I want it there. I want there to be a touchscreen, but it's a little strange because if you have it docked and you're playing on the TV, there's no way to use that touchscreen. But if you have it with you and you're playing in handheld mode, then you can. So it's like, my question is, will there be games that strictly use the touchscreen, or is the touchscreen going to be mostly just for, you know, simulating button presses or something? Will there be drawing applications or whatever? I just kind of want to know more about the touchscreen. I feel like if you're going to put it on there, and it's a capacitive touchscreen too, which is, you know, much better than what they had on the Wii U. If you're going to do that, I really wish they had a game or something to show us why it's there and like what it's going to be, you know, doing. Maybe, you know, Mario Maker 2, Super Mario Maker 2 would be a good way of using that. You know, you undock it, you use the touchscreen to move stuff around and make your level, and then you dock it and you play it on the TV. So yeah, I just kind of feel like right now I'm kind of wondering, why is there a touchscreen and how often will that be used, and for what kind of functionality will it be used? Will it be like, oh no, this is like Super Mario Maker to where you really want to use that touchscreen, or hey, here's a drawing game where you really want to use the, you know, maybe a new Mario Paint or something, I don't know. Or will it mostly just be like, oh, you can touch the menu icons on the touchscreen if you're playing in handheld mode? So I'm really curious about the touchscreen. I want to know more about that. Next up, this is the most important question of the year, which is Snipper Clips a launch title, Nintendo? I need my Snipper Clips at launch. Nintendo keeps teasing this. They're like, oh yeah, Snipper Clips is in March. And it's like, okay, but is that launch? And then recently they're like, yeah, it looks like it might make launch. It looks like we might have Snipper Clips at launch. Not sure yet. But I'm kind of sitting here thinking like, well, launch is in 3 weeks. How do you not know if this game's going to make it for launch? So Snipper Clips is like an amazing game, and it brings me a lot of joy just watching it. It looks so fun to play. I want Snipper Clips at launch. Give me a March 3rd release for Snipper Clips, Nintendo. Don't just give me this March nonsense. I need my Snipper Clips real bad. And then finally, my last thing. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's 8. That's 8. Let's just say that's 8. This is 8. Next up, I want to know about online. I just want to know everything about online, Nintendo. You have not gone into much detail at all. We know something about you're going to give us an NES game or a Super Nintendo game, and then you're going to take it away after a month. You're doing something like you can play NES games online. What? Which NES games can we play online? That's crazy. Let's see it. Let's hear about it. Let's, you know, get moving on talking about online, Nintendo. I understand that the online is going to be free until the fall, but it's like, it's going to be there from day one because Bomberman has an online mode. So, you know, I feel like that's something you should be detailing. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure by the time I upload this, Nintendo will probably have already announced a Nintendo Direct, and if not yet, they probably will soon. I would be absolutely shocked if they do not have a Nintendo Direct before the launch of this system on March 3rd. So those are my 8 questions. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I wanted to make sure there were 8 because I knew if there weren't, people would be going nuts. I was gonna do this 10 questions, but I couldn't think of 10 questions I have. So yeah, what do you guys think? What are some of the things you want Nintendo to answer still about the Nintendo Switch? I know I'm very excited. It's amazing. Guys, we have a new Nintendo console coming out in like about 3 weeks, and it looks fantastic, and it's a great time to be a Nintendo fan. I love the Switch already, and I don't even have one yet. I'm gonna caress it in my body, up against my body, not in my body. I'm not gonna swallow a Switch and then go like this. I'll just rub it up against my body in a romantic fashion. So yeah, hey guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Like I said, leave a comment below and let me know what are some of your unanswered questions about the Nintendo Switch. And yeah, until next time, keep it locked right here to the BitBlock for a lot more coverage on Nintendo Switch.